Chapter 23, Direct and Indirect Speech. Read the following sentences. Shreya said, Saisha is an intelligent girl. Shreya said that Saisha was an intelligent girl. These two sentences illustrate the two ways in which we may report the words of a speaker. In the first sentence, we give the exact words used by the speaker. This is called direct speech or narration. Note: in the first sentence, said is called the reporting verb and Saisha is an intelligent girl is called the reported speech. In the second sentence, we do not give the exact words of the speaker but give only the substance of what he said. This is called indirect speech or narration. Notice the changes made in turning the direct speech into indirect speech. In direct speech, we use inverted commas to mark off the actual words of the speaker. In indirect speech, inverted commas are not used. We have used the conjunction that before the indirect speech. The verb is changed to was, present tense is changed to past. Rules for changing direct speech into indirect. If the reporting verb is in the present or future tense, the verb in the direct speech is not changed at all. Examples: direct, Tom says, there is no ink in the ink pot. In indirect, Tom says that there is no ink in the ink pot. Direct, the teacher says the boy was lazy. In indirect, the teacher says that the boy was lazy. Direct, the principal says Maria will fail. In indirect, the principal says that Maria will fail. If the reporting verb is in the past tense, the tense of the verb in the reported speech is changed into the corresponding past tense. Thus, simple present becomes simple past, present continuous becomes past continuous, present perfect becomes past perfect, present perfect continuous becomes past perfect continuous, simple past becomes past perfect, past continuous becomes past perfect continuous, can becomes could, may becomes might, shall becomes should, will becomes would. Examples: direct, Pinky said Kamla works hard. In indirect, Pinky said that Kamla worked hard. Direct, he said Sahil is working hard. In indirect, he said that Sahil was working hard. Direct, John said Paul has left the place. In indirect, John said that Paul had left the place. Direct, Prem said Rama returned at noon. In indirect, Prem said that Rama had returned at noon. Direct, they said we were all working hard. In indirect, they said that they had all been working hard. Direct, he said Vijay can sing songs. In indirect, he said that Vijay could sing songs. If the reported speech relates to some universal fact or a past historical fact, the tense remains unchanged. Examples: direct, he said man is mortal. In indirect, he said that man is mortal. Direct, he said truth prevails in the long run. In indirect, he said that truth prevails in the long run. If the reported speech states two actions that took place at the same time in the past, the simple past or the past continuous tense remains unchanged. Examples: direct, I said Anita sang while Mohini danced. In indirect, I said that Anita sang while Mohini danced. Direct, he said John was studying while Peter was playing. In indirect, he said that John was studying while Peter was playing. When the verb in the direct speech is the past tense of an auxiliary, No change is necessary. Example, direct, he said, Ravi could not lift the box. In indirect, he said that Ravi could not lift the box. Direct, she said, they might stay a little longer. In indirect, she said that they might stay a little longer. Rules for the change of personal pronouns. Pronouns of the first person in direct speech are changed in indirect speech to the same person as the subject of the introductory verb. Example, direct, John said I am busy. In indirect, John said that he was busy. Direct, she said I have done my work. In indirect, she said that she had done her work. Direct, he said, I shall do my best. In indirect, he said that he would do his best. Pronouns of the second person in direct speech are changed in indirect speech to the same person as the noun or pronoun which comes after the introductory verb. Example, direct, I said to him, you are a good boy. In indirect, I told him that he was a good boy. Direct, you said to me, you cannot finish the work in time. In indirect, you told me that I could not finish the work in time. Direct, he said to me, you must work hard. In indirect, he told me that I must work hard. Pronouns of the third person in direct speech remain the same in indirect speech. Example, direct, Mohini said to you, she is ill. In indirect, Mohini told you that she was ill. Direct, he said to me, she is not to blame. In indirect, he told me that she was not to note. The verb said in direct speech becomes told in indirect speech and the preposition to is omitted. Change of words showing nearness. When turning a sentence from direct to indirect speech, words showing nearness in time and place are generally changed into those denoting distance. Example, now becomes then, this becomes that, these becomes those, here becomes there, hither becomes thither, hence becomes thence, thus becomes so far in that way, today becomes that day, tomorrow becomes the next day, hereby becomes thereby, yesterday becomes the previous day or the day before, last night becomes the previous night or the night before, last week becomes the previous week, tonight becomes that night, next week becomes the following week, henceforth becomes thenceforth, ago becomes before. Examples, direct, he said to me, your friend came yesterday. In indirect, he told me that my friend had come the previous day. Direct, I said to him, you may see me tomorrow. In indirect, I told him that he might see me the next day. Note, if this, here, and now in the direct speech refer to the objects present at the time of reporting speech indirectly or to the place or time at which the speech is reported indirectly, they remain unchanged. Direct, he says, this is my book. In indirect, he says that this, the book before the speaker, is his book. Direct, he said to me, I shall see you here tomorrow. In indirect, he told me that he would see me here the next day. The speech is reported indirectly on the same spot. Conversion of different types of sentences from direct to indirect speech. Conversion of assertive sentences. While changing an assertive sentence from direct to indirect speech, The following changes are made. The reporting verb say is changed to tell, inform, answer, remark, declare, reply, etc. The conjunction that is used to connect the reported speech with the principal clause. A noun used as a word of address is made the object of the reporting verb. The objective form of the noun or pronoun is used after told. Example, direct, the teacher said to me, I have no spare time today. In indirect, the teacher told me that he had no spare time that day. Direct, the boy said, Mother, I shall become a doctor one day. In indirect, the boy told his mother that he would become a doctor one day. Direct, the sage said to the gathering, Virtue is its own reward. In indirect, the sage told the gathering that virtue is its own reward. Conversion of interrogative sentences. In changing an interrogative sentence from direct to indirect speech, the following changes are made. The reporting verb is changed to ask, inquire, demand, want to know, etc. If or whether is used after the reporting verb when the question begins with a helping verb. If the question begins with a question word, no conjunction is used to connect the reported speech with the principal clause. The question form is changed into assertive form and the question mark is removed. Examples, direct, Mary said to him, Are you going to the cinema tonight? In indirect, Mary asked him if he was going to the cinema that night. Direct, he said to me, Have you done your work? In indirect, he asked me if I had done my work. Direct, he said to me, How old are you? In indirect, he asked me how old I was. Direct, the teacher said to me, What is your name? In indirect, the teacher asked me what my name was. Conversion of imperative sentence. Notice that in reporting imperative sentences in the indirect speech, the following changes are made. The reporting verb is changed to request, order, command, advise, entreat, threaten, etc. The verb in the reported speech is put in the infinitive. Examples, direct, I said to Krishna, please give me your book. In indirect, I requested Krishna to give me his book. Direct, leave this place, said the teacher to the boys. In indirect, the teacher ordered the boys to leave that place. Direct, he said to the magistrate, pardon me. In indirect, he begged the magistrate to pardon him. Direct, the teacher said, work hard, Raman. In indirect, the teacher advised Raman to work hard. Use of let in imperative sentences. Let is used to make a proposal, suggestion, to allow or to persuade, to express concession or contrast. When let expresses a proposal or a suggestion, the reporting verb is changed to propose or suggest and let is replaced by should as direct, I said to him, let's play. In indirect, I proposed, suggested him to play. When let means to allow or to persuade, it is changed to the infinitive to let or to the phrase that might be allowed to as direct, I said to him, let me have my own way in that matter. In indirect, I requested him to let me have my own way in that matter. Or I requested him that I might be allowed to have my own way in that matter. When let expresses concession or contrast, it is changed to might as direct, I said, let him try ever so hard. He will not succeed. In indirect, I said that he would not succeed however hard he might try. Conversion of optative and exclamatory sentences. Note that in reporting optative or exclamatory sentences, in the indirect speech, the following changes are made. The reporting verb is changed to wish or pray, etc. in optative sentences and exclaim, applaud, confess, etc. in exclamatory sentences. The interjections and exclamations are omitted and their sense is expressed by using adverbs or adverb phrases with the reporting verb. The conjunction that is generally used to introduce the reported speech. Examples: direct, he said, may you live long. In indirect, he wished that he might live long. Direct, they said, hurrah, we have won the match. In indirect, they exclaimed with joy that they had won the match. Direct, he said, alas, I am undone. In indirect, he exclaimed that he was undone. Direct, he said to her, may God bless you. In indirect, he prayed that God might bless her. Direct, he said, bravo, you have played well. In indirect, he applauded him saying that he had played well.